What is going on, guys? Welcome back. You can probably hear to my voice. I can't even get through the intro. Not since Billy Mays sat on TV and sold you OxyClean has someone been so happy to be in front of a microphone. I love this. I cannot wait to see you guys respond to this. And I know this is going to go down as one of those classic Shantel moments because the reality is simple, right? It doesn't matter what the scale says. 3, 4, 5, 6 does not matter. Chantal is not living healthy. We all know it. We all see it. But it is her non-stop insistence that she is that leads her down these paths. And today is the creme de la creme of her going out and proving herself wrong while trying to prove herself right. And you can go over right now to this live stream that'll probably be deleted, and you'll see all the beezers clapping their hands. Oh my God, you did it. You really showed the haters. They're so obsessed. You can even see Salah. I'm going to have the caption. Okay, so the haters can shut their big mouth. Okay, all right, we're gonna shut our mouths as soon as this stream's done, and then we'll converse a little bit. We'll talk about it because we start out at the Sciatica Center, and that's a joke that wrote itself because as I went to type in Science Center, my computer said you must mean Sciatica Center, and I said, you know what, computer, you're one step ahead of me. You are correct. It is the Sciatica Center because this is going to be the center of the sciatica flaring up again. And let me just say, I'm glad, I'm proud, I am happy for Chantal. She's out, she's walking around. Whole time, whole month in Thailand, only feet moved per day. We're back in Kuwait for what, a week and a half, and all of a sudden, we're walking all over the place. This is honestly what she needs. Now, granted, much like the Beezers, I wish there was a better microphone. I wish there was a gimbal. We're using Salah's phone for some reason. We're constantly told there's no filter. The shots are very grainy at times. Her breathing is noticeable even without the microphone. Even when she's not filming and she's just around, you can hear. And I understand. I've tried to keep this as mindful of a presentation as possible. They take us through a lot of animals. She is constantly warning that they're in captivity. She kind of mocks that, oh, these animals, these reptiles, they're sealing. She goes from attraction to attraction. And of course, she's sitting there tapping on the glass, trying to justify to everyone that, if these animals were out in the wild, they could have been prey. And they probably have a much larger living space. We just can't see it. And you can tell some of the animals very stressed, very, very fearful of these enclosures. And Chantal being there, baby voicing them, Salah zooming in on dark displays through reflective plexiglass isn't helping anything. The chat actually has to tell her, hey, listen, can you stop? Can you stop tapping on all these windows? And she says, there's no sign. There's no sign that says she just can't tap on them. So she just continues to do it. We get treated to watching an owl sit on a branch while Chantal says, so cute, and the camera shakes. And again, just this is the video quality. Salah calls her skinny queen, and the interaction between them, it's just so odd. There's one moment where they're out in like the reptile area, and Chantal is doing her best to try to hide out under an air conditioner, but it just doesn't work because Salah wants to keep going. She goes out and she picks up a turtle, okay? And she's holding this turtle. And the whole time I'm thinking the same thing as the chat. She's not going to wash her hands. There's no restroom around her. As she ventures out into the aquarium section, the chat is screaming at her, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer. You just picked up this turtle. She never planned on washing her hands. But after they reminded her nonstop, she did. She also gets to this very odd part where she's lifting her dress up. And I just don't understand what this was all about. They also have these very odd moments where she's screaming hi, and Salah's just saying, oh, look, babe. At one point, Salah holds the phone up over the aquarium. And for some reason, both of them find this absolutely hilarious. And there's really no reason why this is even slightly amusing. They then walk up to a penguin display where Chantal walks like a penguin. Now, see, if you want to laugh, then fine. But just holding the phone over something, I have no idea why. Of course, she continues, touching, tapping everything. 30 minutes in, she has to stop, and it's becoming apparent. Like, she talks all the time. I've got to build up my stamina. This is why. Because she's sitting there, literally, she's sitting there wiping herself down. She's complaining about the amount of sweating, and she's saying, oh, by the way, the treadmill came in. We're going to go live later. We're going to eat dinner. We're going to unbox this treadmill. I have no idea how she thinks she's going to do more. We see them kind of walk through the aquarium. Salah, of course, getting his trademark power shots. Chantel at one point is talking about starfish, but in her own specific way, which, again, haram. Now, she also goes down these stairs, and it's very apparent that it's difficult for her to do that. And rather than help her, Salah is literally just filming this and telling her, great job. You're going downstairs. Now, I'll remind you, she never stopped to wash her hands. She did use hand sanitizer. They then both make the executive decision that they are going to go into the area designated for children. And once there, this is where Chantel, and listen, I firmly believe they had this planned out in advance. This was ready to go. The whole trip was just going to this children's section so she could, dunk on all of us. So going in there, they both elect to do this balance test. Now, Chantal has a real hard time with this. I mean, she's gripping onto the platform. She's looking over like this is really challenging. Salah gets on and has absolutely no problem. I mean, again, this is probably designed for small children. They then move over to a vertical jump. And Chantal's vertical jump records at 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter. And she jokes that this could be good. She jokes, what's the average? Salah gets 25. So Chantal, she's going to go back. She's going to try it again. She gets 3. Now, I understand, yes, when we look at this, it is funny. But truthfully, the reality of this could not be more dangerous. Chantal cannot even jump. She basically just lunges in the air and kicks her legs back. And that's why it has such a hard time recording her jump. She then, after doing this, where, you twist an ankle, just imagine the stress you're putting on your lower body, your feet. She then goes over to the heartbeat drum, and the heartbeat drum is going nuts. This is a drum solo that Neil Peart would not be able to pull off. She should be honestly terrified. But instead, to her, it's just cute. Salah does it, not a problem. She then goes over. She's going to create this meal. She creates a 310-calorie meal, right? A healthy meal, which shows us she knows the right decisions to make. She knows what to eat. But instead, she sees the ice cream and looks at the calories and says, oh, that's okay. Based on this display, I can have ice cream. And then we get to the big prove it point, the scale. Now, I want you can look at this. You can go do your own research. Don't take my word for it. I am not LeVar Burton, okay? 151.4 kg, 1.21 meters, with a body mass index that appears to be 105.4. Now, this has her just at 4 foot tall and 333 pounds. I'm going to put up my own figures for that. But while you look at this, what is more telling is that Salah gets on and Chantal films it. And it's much clearer when he gets on it. So 1.79 meters, 94.3 kg. So this is clearly, and he is still on this. So there is some slight variance, but not a lot, not near what Chantal had. 207 pounds, 5'8". How many times have we heard that Salah is 6 foot, 6'3"? How is he 5'8", Chantal? I'm sure everyone would love to know. I have a feeling this is yet another uncalibrated scale that has you at 4 foot, has him under 6 foot, but you're sitting there telling everyone, look at the pinnacle of health that I'm in. Everything is a-okay. My life is on track, and it literally, as I mentioned, is crumbling. I'm going to leave you with the top comments from the last video. I cannot wait to read your comments for this. And just like Chantal on a broken scale, there's no way that I will not be back as soon as I can with more commentary.